Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Knights of the Turntable. This is episode 48. We are actually doing this at a decent time of evening because we're all washed adults and we are not doing anything tonight.
That's pretty much true.
We got a decent group of people with us tonight. With me, I have Richard Bailey.
What's up?
I've got Joe Hova.
Rich is the inventor of washed.
The OG, the originator of that washed rocking porch with the coffee or tea life. And we also have Kels in the house.
What up?
Word. So what have y'all been listening to as of late? We'll start with you, Kels.
Gold Link. All Gold Link. Everything. I can't turn it off. And I'm still listening to Standing on Ferraris every day just because I can. But mostly just Gold Link.
Respectable. That Gold Link, I didn't really know much about him. I knew of him because we had talked about him before Double XL did their freshman list. Mm-hmm. But I didn't listen to much of his stuff. I am glad that I listened to that project. It was worth it for sure.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's good. I didn't know what to expect, and that was actually kind of refreshing. Jehovah, what you been listening to?
Jeezy. That Jeezy album is dope.
Like you said that with the utmost authority.
So. Yo, Dom and I were talking about this earlier, and we were talking about it in the group chat, but the Jeezy album sounds like a more polished version of TM101, to me, anyway.
That's a big statement.
Wow. Yeah, like it sounds like the hunger of TM101 met Jeezy the businessman.
Ooh, here for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for that. It's strange that happened, and it kind of came out a little under the radar, just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it too is like Free TC came out with the Bieber album, or not the Free TC, but the Jeezy album came out with Free TC, the Bieber album, and the One Direction album all on the same Friday. So it was kind of like pick your poison. And then Adele dropped today too. So I mean, it's kind of like it's getting lost in the shuffle. The other thing though is Free TC is an amazing album too. I've been listening to that.
Kels, did you listen to the song I told you to listen to?
I didn't.
Damn
it!
Not.
I didn't listen to it.
It's so fire. Like that Babyface joint.
I'm about to listen to it now.
The baby, yeah, I've listened all the way through. The Babyface joint is dope, and then it goes into. I think Horses in the Stable is probably the best song on the project.
That song is super dope. Yeah, those two are my favorite off the project. I've only listened to it twice. It is definitely worth it. And side note, before we get to Rich, that Jeezy album sold over 80,000.
Wow.
And it sold over 80,000. Logic's album sold over 100,000. And after that, it's like no competition because Justin Bieber and somebody else, like in the, it's ridiculous. Like 500,000 for somebody. And I think 300.
I have a feeling that was probably One Direction.
Yeah, One Direction.
Yeah. It
was 300,000, I believe, and then 500,000. I don't remember which was which, but.
And then Adele's gonna do $1 million today.
There was a Photoshop image of iTunes link going around, and it said sold out. I was dying. I laughed at that. Wait, a bit too much, legitimately. But Richard Bailey, what have you been listening to, sir?
Well, I've been listening to "What a Time to Be Alive."
What?
Yeah, because the album doesn't exist. So what it is that I what all the fuss was about. And I'm waiting for Drake to drop his new album, so I wanted to again see what all the hype was about, and it's an okay album.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, because when you keep hearing about we have a certain person on this show that says Future is that's the artist to watch out for. So I wanted to listen to some of his stuff. I went back and I heard some more of the Games album, the song that Future had on there. It's an okay song because when you keep hearing to it, when you keep listening to it, it's like, okay, maybe it's all right, maybe it's decent. But the Games album is still it needs work. I'm not going to give it.
We still got to drop the definitive version of that album.
Yeah.
We have to do that. And then I want to throw a little nugget in real quick. I wasn't able to be on last week when y'all talked about that top 10 list that Billboard put out to troll the entire world, basically. Shouts out to them. But I will say these two things. One, I'm pretty sure everybody agrees Lauryn Hill should not have been on that list.
Mm-hmm.
And I will also say that Andre 3000 should not have been on that list either.
Lauren shouldn't have been on the list?
Yeah.
Lauren should not be on a top 10 rappers list. No. Her album alone can be top 10 albums, maybe. But I feel like if you're going to put a artist on there, they have to have left a much larger mark than Lauren did on the rap side of things. That's my opinion.
I could argue she would need a larger body of rapping work to be considered one of the, I can't really argue the impact thing because I think even though she doesn't have a larger body of work, she's made a big deal in the rapping community. But I don't think maybe she doesn't have enough rapping songs to be considered top 10. I would agree with that.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Joe?
I just I wanted to reiterate that Jay Electronica got owned on the internet again.
Again.
For not putting out music.
Wait, what happened this time?
So at the end of the show, I was scrolling Twitter because we were like at the very, very end of the show. So I was scrolling Twitter and I saw this tweet that Jay Electronica was like, "Why are you guys getting all mad when these two guys made this list?" And it was like two white dudes and their Twitter abbeys are them like, being goofy. And then the one replied back and he's like, I wanted to put you on the list, but you don't have any albums.
Pew, pew,
Yeah,
pew.
hey, of all people that should not be taking shots, Jay Electronica is one of those people that should not be taking shots.
Yo, seriously, fuck that dude. Like, I'm so sick of that dude.
Yeah, it's done for. Like, we still got like a full month left, and I remember I said that his album was going to drop this year. I'm definitely going to lose out on that. So,
Yo,
yeah.
we need to set odds on when that album's going to drop.
Never.
I don't know. It would have been cool if we did that like 5 years ago.
We all
We'd
know.
be taking that L. We'd be taking that L. But with the fall-winter season upon us, all of the different websites and all these different groups and stuff are going to be doing end-of-the-year lists. We're going to have album of the year categories drop in, song of the year, collaboration, all these different categories, rookie of the year, stuff like that. And the Knights, all of us, we're going to actually discuss our most impressive artists of the year, which probably won't change by the end of December. But, we got the show. We'll be on every week. We might talk about it. We're going to talk about our most impressive artists, and we're going to talk about the least impressive or most disappointing. Because that's a big distinction. Because to say most disappointing that means we actually believe that they would do something. Just wanted to point that a little bit out. So we could eliminate the Raekwon and Method Man projects off of that. Yeah, I don't think any of us had really super high hopes for that particular thing. But who wants to jump out in the street first with their most impressive artist? Since there's only 4 of us, are y'all cool with doing like 2? 2 each?
Sure, why not?
All right, we'll do 2 each. Rich.
I kind of knew it was coming to me, so that's okay. I'm prepared for this one. And I will. What I'm going to say is going to surprise people, so let me go ahead and say it right now.
If you say Future, dog, that's the best troll in the world, and Joe's feelings are going to be so hurt because he can't say it.
I'm going to leave that for Joe because we already know that's one of his picks by default.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead.
What I'm going to say is going to surprise people, though. First and foremost, I have to give it to Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
Because the Cherry Bomb album, when I first listened to that album, I listened to a lot of his older stuff, but I didn't really listen to some of the whole albums, just the singles. But when I start listening to the older stuff, I can see, how he has evolved as an artist, and the fact that he also likes old school music because, I'm an old head of you guys. So
of course that's
he fuses that stuff in with the other music. So,
Okay.
I definitely give him credit. And the other artists I would have to say impressive, again, because I do like old school music. Listen, that Snoop album was that album was tight. Only one song, You already know what song I don't like.
We've heard it. I think we've heard it on every single show that we've done since that album dropped.
Yes. You already know. Edibles is trash.
He has to say it.
You said it. That's
You gotta put it out there every time.
Yeah, that's for those
Disclaimer.
that may have came late to the show or they're a new listener. Yeah, so now you know I said Edible is trash. Every other song on that album, no, great. The reason why I said my 2 picks were shocked because maybe some of y'all thought I was going to say Kendrick. No, Kendrick is the man right now. But I have to acknowledge some of the others because I'm listening to their stuff a lot more.
Gotcha. Understood. Now, before we go into everybody's choices, what do y'all think about those particular picks that he made? Joe?
I think they're solid. You know, Snoop was on his 3rd win with this album. Like, it was, you know, it's very impressive. He came out of nowhere, just kind of, you know, came back and did his thing. The Tyler one is kind of that's the one that kind of shocked me a little bit. But I had a feeling Rich was going to go in that direction because he loves that album.
Yeah.
But that one is kind of the one that shocked me a little bit, just because maybe I need to spend more time with the album. Like, I haven't really listened to it in a while, so.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I love Cherry Bomb. What made me go back and listen to Cherry Bomb actually was Mac Miller's album because he produced the intro. Tyler produced the intro on that project, and Tyler's production has such a distinct sound a lot of the time. That's what made me want to go back and listen to Cherry Bomb for sure. And I need to check and see if he did any more production across hip hop throughout the year, because I'm sure that's not the only thing that he did outside of Wolfgang. Kels, what did you think of this? Oh, go ahead, Rich.
I was just going to say something real quick. When I said most impressive, also shout out to the videos he's been making.
My goodness, yes.
Yes. Those videos, it's the conversation starters. All good stuff, though. But,
Kels, what are your thoughts?
They're good picks. I think more people should, you know, recognize that Tyler is a very good artist instead of just, you know, he does crazy stuff and he acts a fool and stuff, but he is a very good artist. That album is dope, so that's a good choice. And Snoop is Snoop. I think this is the best album he's done in a while, so that's a good choice.
At least the last 10 years.
Yeah, at least. That's being nice.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I got a quick update. So I'm looking at the exact numbers for everything. So Justin Bieber's Purpose did 504,000 with 620 with streams.
Okay.
Logic did 110,000 with 128, which that's impressive.
That is
for him. Not saying that he's a bad artist, of course.
It's just he still doesn't have his identity.
Mm-hmm.
No, he doesn't. And hold on, this ad is playing. Let me just exit out of here. But so Jeezy did 83 with 92,000 with streams added. But our boy Ty Dolla $ign took an L.
He took a big.
Of course he did. Everybody bootlegged that.
Well, he did 18,000 with 22,000 with streams. Which, hey, I haven't sold 18,000 fucking albums, so it's better than what I did.
But that's the thing, and when you look at those two things too, like the Ty Dolla $ign album, I feel like that wasn't marketed. But
no,
at the same time,
it couldn't be.
But at the same time, the Jeezy album wasn't marketed.
But it's Jeezy. It's kind of like
exactly.
But yeah, that's true. Jeezy has like an automatic group of people that's going to buy his shit. They subscribe to it. Like, they're getting it in the mailbox as soon as it comes out.
People that bought the Snowman tees.
Yeah, but the thing with Ty Dolla $ign, oh, word? You're going to have to wear it on the show.
Can't ban the Snowman.
You got to do it. But the thing that bothers me about Ty Dolla $ign is, like, how do you have that artist and not be able to market him? He's all over the place. From all different types of hip-hop artists. And you should be able to at least get a little bit of that audience in there. He's, you know, Big Sean's music. He's on Lupe Fiasco's music. I mean, he's everywhere at this point.
His money has to be coming from shows because he doesn't do numbers as far as records go. He never had.
Does. Maybe
he was giving away
really well for
People are used to free music from him, and once you get people situated to that, sometimes they don't want to pay.
That's true. That is true. But yeah, shows and features, he's probably living off of all that stuff.
And writing. I mean, he writes for other artists, so I mean that's his bread and butter.
True, and I didn't ask this before, but should we do a drinking game or no?
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm gonna be drinking water because I'm going to the gym after this.
I'll just have my water by myself, then. That's all good.
Some hot tea drinking game.
That's super wise. All right, so Kels, what are your two most impressive artists of the year?
My two most impressive. Actually, Gold Link quickly became one of my most impressive with this album. That's how good I think it is. It's I think it's what I thought Trap Soul was gonna be. That's what I thought Trap Soul would sound like.
So many people disappointed by Trap Soul.
It's like one big interlude.
I still haven't listened to it.
I listened to it on a complete whim because I didn't know who the hell Bryson Tiller was.
Yeah.
People were tweeting it out, and Google Play always does like the top bar, like new releases. So I was like, click, let's check it out. And see, I didn't have expectations though because I didn't listen to his stuff before. So
but it's just
like,
called Trap Soul, and I was thinking, oh man, he's gonna be singing and he's gonna be rapping. But I feel like that's what Gold Link did on his album, and he can actually sing his ass off too.
Yeah, surprised the hell out of me.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he can rap. I mean, he opened it up like.
And he can, and the production is amazing on it. It's very well put together. It's very cohesive. Everything flows, and it's a really good project. I was very surprised because you know how Double XL can be with their freshmen.
Oh yes, oh yes. But I mean, it's really cool to see how Gold Link capitalizes off of this newfound popularity for sure.
I'm excited. It's weird though. I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about it, so I guess maybe it's going to be more of a long-term thing.
I think you're the first person I've heard talking about it, so I'm probably going to check it out later tonight.
It's good. Let me know what you think. It's maybe I'm.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you are the first person that
really?
made me listen to it. Yeah, because your tweets is what made me listen to it. Now, I tweeted about it, and a couple people jumped into that conversation supporting it, but I haven't seen a lot of other people talking about it.
Yeah. But he very quickly became. I was super impressed by him, and also Mac Miller is
okay.
Because I didn't really enjoy his music until Faces, the mixtape before this album.
Right.
And so when this album came out, I was surprised at how well put together it was because his projects are all over the place. That's what I've always had a problem with Mac Miller is that he's very creative and he's talented, but his projects are all over the place and kind of messy. And this one is every step of it is perfect to me.
I can understand that for sure. Did you ever listen to Macadelic?
Yeah, I didn't like it, which is weird. And I didn't like watch a movie with the sounds off. I didn't like that.
Gotcha. Joe, what do you think of those two picks? Well, Gold Link you don't really have an opinion on yet.
Yeah, the Mac Miller one is actually one of mine. So.
Of course, because you're biased as hell.
Because you're Mac Miller.
I hate those so fucking much.
Hey Joe, I'm sorry.
Mac Miller don't got a beard, damn it.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to choose another choice because we're not gonna allow copies.
Ooh.
So you got to pick somebody other than Mac Miller. You can't pick yourself anyway. But Rich, what do you think of those two picks?
I actually haven't listened to either one, but I definitely am intrigued to listen to them now. I'm surprised that Mac Miller, you didn't really say a proper thank you when somebody said that they enjoyed your album. So that's terrible. That's terrible. You gotta do better than that.
Taking him off my list.
No, Christmas coming up. You are fucking up right now. Word. I think Rich is gonna enjoy the Gold Link album for sure. He gonna be hitting his old man two-step while he got his earbuds in. He's gonna be jamming out to that one for sure. Joe, now do you want to go last with all the pressure because you don't know who I'm gonna pick, or do you want me to go last? I'll hold that weight. What do you want to do?
I'll go last. Let me go last.
You wanna go last? All right,
I'll go last.
All right. First up, well, Joe probably does know. He knows at least one of the people that I'm gonna say. I would say that my most impressive is going to be, one of my most impressive is going to be Lupe Fiasco. Why? Because he bounced back and did Tattoo on Youth. But that's not even why I'm adding it to the list. I'm adding him because of that fucking EP. because that was the Lupe I have been waiting for so long. And that on top of the album, which may end up in a lot of conversations for album of the year, that just the cherry on top. And I still listen to that EP back to back. If Lupe gonna be giving us free music like that, I'm here for it. Feel free, sir. And then my second, it was hard for me to choose this one because I was talking about I'm gonna say his name wrong again. I always say it wrong. Freddie, is it Gibbs or Jibs?
Gibbs, damn it, Gibbs. It's a hard Gibbs. Look. When you think of Freddie Gibbs makes fucking gangster rap.
But it's funnier when
it's the same G pronunciation.
It's Freddie Gibbs, man.
What the
All
fuck?
right, Freddie Gibbs.
Giblets.
When I come up, Freddie Giblets, man. Rock with that. I hope he never listens to this show.
No, because he's gonna come beat your ass up if he does.
RJ said he's gonna rob me.
Yo, but that's what like Gibbs music makes you want to go like rob people.
It does.
Some of it
Makes you want to
but
commit crimes.
The reason why I like his music so much because I mean you have that side of him, but he's been like all over the place. He's done so many types of music at this point, and he's good at all of it. Yeah. And I really enjoy it. And this particular project, Shadow of a Doubt, he's trying a whole lot more different things. He's got like J-Rock said that he was going to try to do more singing and changing his voice up. Gibbs also did that with Shadow of a Doubt, and I really enjoyed it. I'm like halfway into the album, and it's really awesome. I see you tweeting Freddie Giblets out there.
Oh, you saw that?
I see that.
You synced it.
I synced it. but I'm going to give my second most impressive artist of the year to Chance the Rapper. Dude has come, for an independent artist, he has come a very long way. And I mean, he's dragging his other people in Chicago with him, too.
And it happened very quickly.
It did, because like I swear it felt like a 2-week span where people were like, somebody was talking to me here, like, Chance ain't that big for real. And then the next week, he was on Colbert Report, the Late Show with Colbert, and now he's about to be on SNL. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we got Surf this year. He had Sable on the stage with him. He's coming up now. Alex Wiley kind of been doing his own thing, but he just did a single with Chance, Navigator Trucks, and it's dope.
Yeah.
Vic Mensa kind of.
Well, he kind of don't do that. I don't have time to get into that tonight.
And we talk about most disappointing artists. We're gonna get there if you want to talk about that. But he's blowing up and he's taking his people with him. I love it. I love every single moment of this experience. And even his features are blowing up. That chick Kalani, that song that he did with her, I think that's her name. I don't know. But that song is fire.
Saying it right?
Fire. I don't know. I'm butchering that too. His features for them have been bigger than the individual's other songs. Like that song blew up. Action Bronson. Nobody talks about Action Bronson's album anymore. But
that
they
one
talk
song.
about that feature. They don't even talk about that whole song. Just Chance's verse. Super Petty 2015. But I'm really impressed with him. So Lupe and Chance are my answers. Joe, what are your thoughts on those two?
The Chance thing is impressive to me. I like it, and the one thing you forgot to mention, as a radio person, I gotta say this. He shouts out both the fucking urban stations in Chicago, and he's getting play on those stations as an independent artist.
Yep, I saw that they're running. Somebody was tweeting about them running Angels on there all the time.
Yeah.
It's definitely, if they're mentioned in it, it's definitely in their power rotation.
Yeah. Yep.
What was the other one? The Lupe one?
Yeah.
The Lupe one is cool. I don't know. Maybe I just need to go back and listen to Tetsuo and Youth.
And also, Lupe has been impressive.
And the EP too. I haven't listened to the EP since like the day we reviewed it.
Right. And let me drop a disclaimer out there. Lupe has been impressive musically. Not Twitterly, not on
Twitterly.
Twitter. That man has been back to his old ways on Twitter. It's been absolutely terrible, man. Just trolling people and arguing, and yeah, don't do that. Just listen to the music. Don't follow the social.
Don't follow
him. Kels, what are your thoughts on those choices?
The Lupe thing, I've always been impressed by Lupe, even when he was doing weird, crazy shit. He's always been kind of an enigma that was impressive to me, so it's fine. And then I need to go back and listen to the album again, too, because I did listen to it a few times, but I haven't listened to it much lately. He's just an impressive person.
Haven't given it a Lupe listen.
I haven't. That's the thing. Lupe, you know how people, you just weren't listening good enough, you didn't get it. That's the place I'm at sometimes. But he's still impressive regardless of what he does. Chance, I definitely agree with that one. I went to, not the Social Experiment tour this year, the one that they did right after Acid Rap dropped, when Chance was on tour, just with Chance. And he had a live band at the show, which was really impressive to me. So I think since that day, Chance has been one of the most impressive young artists in general that's out right now.
Word up. Richard Bailey.
Okay, let me go ahead and say this right now. I agree with both picks. Chance, I still haven't listened to Acid Rap, so this is on my to-listen list as well. I did go back and listen to his latest album, and yeah, the album is good. I'm not going to say it's the best album of the year, but it's a good album. I won't say that much. Now, I probably need to listen to it a little bit more to come to the consensus that it is an amazing album, but it's good. It's great. As for Lupe, the EP I definitely like more than Tesla When Youth because of that banjo song. And, one of our fellow Knights, Matthew, who was on the show, he enjoyed that song. I will never understand why that is, but yeah, the album was still okay. The album is still good, but that EP is that is the Lupe I want to hear more of. I don't really care too much about the other stuff. Let him make an album without, creative control or any type of other people being involved. Let him do it.
Yo, that banjo song came on at the gym one night, and I almost threw my phone.
How did that happen?
That shuffle ain't nice, bro. You gotta dial it back. You gotta delete that out the rotation completely. You don't take no chances, bro.
Well, it wasn't on shuffle. Like, I hadn't listened to the album in a while, so I was like listening to it because that's where I get to actually listen to albums is at the gym. And so I just put it on, and then the banjo song came on when I was doing abs, and I was like,
oh, shit.
I do forget that song is on the album when I start listening to the album. I've got the CD, but on my phone it's deleted, and I think that's why I forget.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, like on my phone when I play it, it's fine. I put the CD in, and I'm just jamming it in. It's completely pointless. Stupid. But Joe, it's finally on you.
So I already said Mac Miller just because, and it's the same reason that Kels said Mac Miller. I wasn't a fan of his music, but I listened to the album for the first impression that we did for it, and it's a lot deeper than a lot of the artists are getting right now. Like he said, I got so high, I fell asleep and forgot to die. Like that blew my mind when he said that. Like he wanted to get as drugged up as Future and die.
Yeah. And then he woke up and was like, "Fuck."
Exactly. Like that's my favorite lyric of the year. But the Mac Miller album because of that, and so I'm surprised nobody actually mentioned this. Big Sean.
That's it. Okay. Cool.
Big Sean's album. I still think Big Sean's album is in top 5 of the year. Like, and that album impressed me so much, and I used to hate Big Sean's music. I could not stand it. Like, I used to do Big Sean Raps Like on Twitter with Catfish, and, like, whoever else did the hashtag, and, like, we just, we would go in on that for days, and just, I listened to I Don't Fuck With You, and then I listened to Dark Sky Paradise, or whatever, the Blessing song, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And then, so I gave the album a spin so we could review it, and it blew me away at how good it was.
Yeah, the album is still in my top 5, and it's still in rotation for me. I listen to it all the time. And every time I listen to it, like, to a degree, the song that I stick on and hit repeat on changes. Because right now I'm listening to the Janae Aiko, the second feature on there, with them going back and forth throughout the whole song. I freaking love that song, man. It's so dope.
It's also impressive that he got Wayne to rap his ass off on Deep.
Yeah.
A couple people got Wayne to rap this year, didn't they?
Well, I've really been rapping. When he said they think I'm associated, I'm the one that orchestrated, I flipped over every table in my house. You better tell him, Wayne.
I guess he's good for 1 or 2 of those every year now. And we're still supposed to get an album from him this year too.
Keep it, please.
Keep it.
We're supposed to get Wayne, Eminem, Chance, Kanye, and Nas are all supposed to drop an album before the end of this year.
I can do without Eminem and Wayne.
Yeah, they got 6 weeks, so
I'm pretty sure
I can do without Eminem and Wayne and Kanye.
Yeah, that too.
Well,
It's gonna sound like a Vic Mensa album though, so I'll listen to it.
Which Vic Mensa though?
I mean, Vic Mensa didn't change that much, really. If you listen to it sonically, it changed a little bit. But what he's actually saying, he didn't change that much. I think he had more money to put into production. So it's probably gonna sound like a Kids These Days album, actually.
You know what? If it did though,
I'd buy that bitch.
Yeah, I'd be here for that. What were you about to say, Rich?
Well, I was gonna say, you asked about Lil Wayne's album. I'm pretty sure that Baby will make sure that album never sees the light of day. So that's why you ain't heard it. It ain't dropping this year.
Baby out there trying to make sure Wayne never sees the light of day again. And then Baby is a free man. It's still mind-boggling right now. Like, do y'all remember when that shit happened? Then this man did an interview with Angie Martinez to tell her he didn't even definitively say he didn't put that hit out on him personally. No. When I watched the interview, he didn't exactly say that.
He didn't deny anything.
I mean, I did and I didn't, so that's what it felt like.
I might have. I'm not saying I did.
I'm not confirming nor denying.
He straight played the fifth on the
That man set up an interview to say fifth. Like, for real. He really wasted our time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was about as useful as when LeBron announced what team he was going to.
Oh, God.
No shots. No shots.
Look,
all right,
yes.
so, Rich, well, actually, no. Don't cop out. You got to pick another person because we have Mac Miller on here already. You got to give us another artist. Joe.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to say Future.
He was trying to avoid doing it. He was like, well, duh.
He's like, I tried, but y'all
forced my hand.
No, like that's the thing. Like, because I really wanted to say, I was going to say Future and Mick Jenkins. And then I realized, I mean, I like Mick Jenkins' project, but it's not as memorable as The Waters for me. Right. So, and then I remember the Big Sean and the Mac Miller albums. But Future, I mean, Future's unstoppable right now. Future is the Golden State Warriors right now.
Please stop him.
Kels, what are your thoughts on his choices?
I mean, of course I agree with the Mac Miller one.
Obviously. Big Sean?
Big Sean, yes. I definitely still listen to the album a lot. And I wasn't a Big Sean fan either. His voice annoyed me. His flow annoyed me. And then that album was spectacular. Yeah, he just kept hollering at me. He was like whining and hollering at the same time. And no, but the album is really good. And yeah, I really don't like Future. But he is impressive as a business model. If we're going to do that, that's fine.
I don't like your choice, but let me give some constructive criticism to tell you I kind of do.
Like, hey, you get an A for effort there, buddy. You did a You did a good
You
job.
almost said inside the lines.
Hey, I like where your head is at. All right.
The thought that counts. Right here. I don't like his music, but he is very good at making money, so hey.
Yeah, do your thing. Rich.
Yeah, so again, I have not listened to Mac Miller's album. I'm not surprised that Mac Miller would like his own album. You know, that's what it is.
This is payback for all them old jokes.
Oh yeah, there will be more to come. As for Big Sean, I still have not really gotten into that album. I listened to some of it. It's an okay album. Might I suggest to say the reason why a lot of you probably forgot about that album? Well, the same way that Ariana Grande forgot about this cat. Like it happened earlier.
It's forgettable.
So that's probably why you forgot about it.
I'd like to clarify that Big Sean broke up with her.
Oh.
Oh, it was Big Sean. Okay. I thought
Sassy, huh?
Because apparently she's really childish. Y'all
She's like 12.
remember? Yeah. So just like how are you surprised? Like at all? But it was I can't say this was the reason, but it was right after all that stuff happened with Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
Bieber gonna be Drake like when he get older.
Oh,
That's what he wants to he want to be the home wrecker. That's what he does. That's exactly what happened.
He been hanging out with too many R&B singers and rappers.
Justin Bieber, Future, and Drake got to do an album and just ruin the entirety of the industry
Oh God.
and all their relationships. And fans too, because they probably have the capability of doing that as well. But let's go into the most disappointing artists. Now, to clarify, like I said earlier, not least impressive, because there's a lot of very unimpressive people that drop projects this year that we don't care for. But let's talk about the artists that you thought was going to drop some fire and kind of underwhelmed on music, on albums. Jay Electronica is exempt because he's automatically on that list, so we're not going to.
He lives on that list. He resides there.
Lives there. Yeah. Like
He got a timeshare on that list.
He's the resident disappointment.
Yep. Every 2 years, he gonna drop you a 2-year-old song with a feature that's irrelevant and is not even gonna be that impressive. But he's gonna think that gives him the right to tweet about music of current day. So he's gonna stay on that list. But Joe, you wanna start us off?
I've been trying to rack my brain about this because I was talking about this on Twitter not too long ago. I think it was last week. I can't remember who I said for most disappointing, but I would have to put Migos up there. Just because I was really anticipating that album and it felt weird to me, like it just didn't hit right, like the way their mixtapes do. So yeah, if I had to pick somebody else though, Kanye for sure. Kanye's verses were whack all year.
Oh God.
Kanye singing on the Ty Dolla $ign project without auto-tune, if that tells you anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely been super disappointing. Kels, what are your thoughts on those two choices?
Migos, I was never really a huge fan, so it's not that they disappointed me. But I can see that the album was worse than the mixtapes, which were at least enjoyable and fun. What is I forgot who the second one was. Just Kanye. Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of forgettable artists on these lists.
Wait, who are we talking about? Kanye was a really big letdown on everything he did, and I have a beef with Kanye just in general. So
yo, Kanye was so bad. We did a segment on the show about his first 3 verses.
We had a whole show based on that. It's ridiculous how consistently disappointing he's been from the beginning of the year.
And he didn't even start at the beginning of the year. He started on New Year's Eve of last year when he dropped that bullshit song.
He made a big deal out of being ass for an entire year. He's like, this is how we're starting the year. This is what's going to happen for the entirety of 2015.
Dude has so many opportunities to do something on so many different people's records, and he failed every step of the way.
Not only that, but like the involvement of Paul McCartney, and then like the album is, and then he's basically saying that the album is shit because it's not coming out until it's finished. which could be 5 years from now.
Was
You
it the
probably-
ASAP album that? Oh, his verse on the ASAP album was.
I think that's the one we voted as the worst.
Oh, I thought I was gonna throw up. It,
Yeah, that was.
it was worse than Bun's verse.
But
Oh, that reminds. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I still think
That's saying a lot.
he had the worst song, the worst verse on that Big Sean song, where he just started rapping like cliche phrases. Like
Yeah.
he started off the verse with like 3 of them, and I'm like, all right, yeah. You,
And my daughter doing homework in my monastery and all that bullshit. I'm swimming laps in my house. I'm like, so the fuck what? We know
Shut
you
up.
are.
Kanye's done for it. Rich, what are your thoughts on those 2 choices?
I'm very surprised that Migos is on this list because I thought that Joe was a fan of Migos. So
But that's why they're on the list. He was a fan. He thought they were
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
yeah,
I thought that album was gonna be fire.
yeah, that's rather shocking. Kanye, yeah, I would have probably said Kanye as well because Kanye has had some disappointing verses. I thought he was okay on the song with Wayne and Tyler. He was okay on that one, but everything else, no. And the fact that the album is still not out, it definitely at the top of the disappointing list. Yeah.
Word up. Kels, who are your 2 most disappointing?
First is Vic Mensa.
Damn it! Taking my answers. I was gonna throw good music under the bus.
So much from him. And then because Internet Tape was so dope, it was just like amazing fire.
Absolutely
I still listen to it. Internet Tape is immaculate.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh man, he's working with Kanye. He's about to take over the world. And then he starts putting out some shit that I don't even can't stand to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And it's not that much different from some of his other songs I didn't like, but it's garbage. And at South by Southwest, I actually went to his show, and his show was great. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a good year. Like, look how many people came to his show. It was a surprise show. Da, da, da. And look where we are. He hasn't put out any music worth speaking of.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really, done any shows or anything. He's not been out there like I would imagine he would be at this point in the year.
He was crawling across the carpet with Kanye.
Oh, yeah. Kanye's going to turn him into Kid Cudi, and I don't have the time.
Oh, my
Kanye
goodness,
gives
that's
artists
right.
PTSD, and then they don't know what to do with themselves afterwards.
It's so terrible, but it's so true.
Vic Mensa's gonna be out here and oh god, okay. And I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm getting emotional. Travis Scott.
Whoa! What?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Because Rodeo, I only like 2 tracks on Rodeo. I do not like Rodeo. I love Days Before Rodeo. I actually was listening to Days Before Rodeo again last night just to make sure that I was expecting things from him for a reason. Days Before Rodeo is amazing. The production's good. The rapping is good. It's memorable. And then Rodeo came out, and I was just like, man, this sounds like Al Farrow to me. And I didn't like Al Farrow.
Drugs You Should Try might be his best song ever.
It's definitely his. That bass line needs to be in a Hall of Fame somewhere.
The thing with Travis Scott though is you can essentially say Kanye on your list too because he does all of Kanye's production now.
Kanye fucked everything up. I'm writing him a letter.
I'm so mad at y'all right now, man.
Why? We take your people?
Nah, Travis Scott could have been on my. Nah, he wouldn't have been on my most impressive. I'm lying.
We might have had to fight.
But Rodeo, I enjoy Rodeo.
Go listen to it again and let me know if you still enjoy it. That's my problem with it.
I listen
Really?
to it often.
I like Maria, I'm Drunk.
That's always in rotation.
I mean,
that's never leave in rotation.
I'm turning up to that when I go home next week.
I really like that song, but it's the only one. Really.
I like 3500. I love what's the song? Oh My This Side. Like I played the album through. Like I skipped only a couple songs on there.
You're just ratchet. I don't have time.
Do not hate me.
I'm just kidding.
Rodeo
You made me
is
mad. And
fire.
plus, he's apparently a terrible person, and he's kind of a
I can't believe
douchebag.
I mean, on Antidote, he even says kicking the photographer off the stage.
Because he didn't like the way he was taking the picture angles.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? I actually need to change my most impressive list. I got to take Lupe off and put somebody else on. But we'll get there. Rich, your most disappointing artist.
Oh wait, you want me to respond to what?
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Because so Travis Scott. I also didn't listen to that album. That's another album I got to listen to. Only for the one song. I'm intrigued with the Maria I'm Drunk. Everything else will probably not. If I know Kanye is involved, then no.
Maria I'm Drunk is like Kels said about the drugs you should try baseline. That song should be in the Hall of Fame somewhere.
Yeah. And I agree with everything with Vic Mensa as well. Not a fan of his.
Joe?
The Vic Mensa.
Wait, my bad. I thought Rich was right.
Oh no, I'm done. I am going to tell you, I like that you were surprised by Kels' picks because mine is going to shock you. So
snap. Rich about to throw the whole everybody in 2015 that's under 25 and get thrown under the bus.
Everybody. Fuck everybody.
The Vic Mensa one is fair, I think, because I'm not real familiar with his music, but what I have listened to this year was kind of compared to like what I have listened to in the past. It kind of sucked. I shouldn't say kinda. It sucked. And Travis Scott was. I kind of agree with her because the only songs I go back to on Rodeo are Antidote, Maria I'm Drunk, the one with Toro y Moi, and 3500.
And I think I just expected so much from him because of how good Days Before Rodeo was.
Right. I can understand that.
Like Mamacita is still flames.
Yes, and the one with Young Thug, he had Young Thug rapping his ass off on there.
Yep.
And you know that takes a miracle, cause man, y'all seen that freestyle with Young Thug that's floating around the internet right now?
He's rapping in Farsi.
Yo, we're not gonna. No, there's no Young Thug slander. Like he did Hercules with Metro Boomin. Like there's just no.
He also freaking freestyled a dumpster fire.
No, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Hercules.
And he put fingernail polish on the dumpster fire, so it's all good.
Just trash. All right, Rich, who are your most disappointing?
All right, let's get this one out the way. This won't be a surprise. Dr. Dre's Compton album.
Whoa.
Now, let me go ahead and say, now, technically, this isn't one artist, but here's the thing. Straight Outta Compton was an excellent film. Granted that they did not show everything that people wanted to see. They wanted to know how Dre really was. He wasn't going to show that in that movie. But I'm expecting an album to match the caliber of the film, and I was disappointed. It was hot, and maybe when you first listen to it, it was hot, but after a while, it's like you just forget about it.
It was a good week. It was a good week for all of us.
I enjoy it.
Day. Good day.
Good day.
So I gotta fight all y'all because I really like Compton.
Look, the only song I go back to and listen to is Deep Water. That is it.
Yeah, that was a good song. I like some of the collaborations on there, but overall, I have to say I'm disappointed. I was expecting Detox, but perhaps I was drunk to think that was actually going to come out. So that's a problem. Now, here is the shocker. Now, let me just say this. I have respect for one of the artists because they actually dropped the album this year. But TDE is a disappointment.
Oh,
let me explain why.
What?
Yes, let me explain why this is. Because Kendrick has such an amazing year, I'm thinking, okay, so where are the other artists' albums at? J-Rock dropped his album. He had a couple of good tracks on there. I give him credit for that. And the other guys are doing verses on other albums for other artists. But where the hell are their albums at?
Like Absol having better verses on guest features than TDE ones?
Yes. Like I say, we know Kendrick is a star. This is the guy who has all attention on him. But I'm expecting the others to get their shine too. And I don't think they did a good job of actually giving these guys the opportunity to get out more.
Okay. Joe, what do you think of those two choices?
I think Rich just pulled a Bane and caused chaos all over the fucking movie.
Listen, man, I'm gonna change the title of this to "Rich said TDE was disappointing."
The Dr. Dre one, I like it. I like the Dr. Dre one just because it's like everybody has said this. I feel like that the album was cool, but we all forgot about it after that 1 week that it was released or whatever. And the TDE one, I agree with. Just the whole Kendrick thing. They dropped the ball on the Kendrick project release. Of course, they're gonna say that the label dropped the ball, but it was, your album comes out a week before it's supposed to. Like, something's not right there. The whole J-Rock thing, they gave him the shaft, said that he was gonna drop his album next year, and then they kept moving up the date, moving it along, and then finally, when they're like, fuck it, here's the album. So, and I mean, isn't Isaiah Rashad supposed to drop something this year, or
they said this year?
So that's probably not going to happen. SZA's probably up next too, so it'll be whenever we see those. So I agree with Rich's disappointments.
But Vice City came out this year though.
Vice City is amazing.
Vice City is the deal, fun.
I'm about to go listen to it.
I respect it. Oh, I'm definitely gonna listen to it when I'm done with this. Kels, your thoughts?
I don't even want to do this. Like, I'm about to set something on fire. No, I really enjoy Compton. I still enjoy Compton, and I think that the fact that he didn't give us Detox is why I love it so much. I love what Dr. Dre. I've always loved what he did as far as new artists goes and what he's doing in that fashion. I really enjoy Compton. I still listen to it. I think John Connor rapped better than I've ever heard him rap on that album. Like that. That's a. And I mean, Anderson .Paak is Anderson .Paak. He's great. He's all up and down that album, and I just like what they did with it. I love it. Whatever. And TDE, I don't think I'm disappointed in their marketing their artists because they've always been like that. It's not a surprise to me. They have a lot of talent, and the way they run their record label is different from the way other people run their record label, and I like that. But it also creates those problems where they don't market stuff well. They don't plan business wise well because they're all kind of like homies who are all pretty good at something. So sometimes shit just doesn't happen correctly business-wise. So I don't think I'm really disappointed in that because I knew that was going to happen. Kendrick's going to be Kendrick. Ab's is going to be Ab. You can't. It's not really disappointing, but when they do great stuff, they do great stuff like Vice City.
Yes, this is true. I understand the Compton thing because we all felt that it would be a bit more monumental than what it turned out to be. Granted, I didn't hate the album. It's just not an album that I returned to listen to in full. Like I said, I listen to Deepwater all the time, and I've tried to listen to that album again a few times. I've tried. It did work out. Like it's all right. I do agree with you on that John Connor thing though. He definitely snapped, and I was very glad that Mez got some shine on there too.
Mm-hmm.
On the TDE thing. Nah, man. Nah. I'm not disappointed in TDE this year. I'm still disappointed in Ab, so I'm not mad at all at TDE.
Relax.
These days, it's still the cloud from that shit is still hanging out. But, I mean, To Pimp a Butterfly was dope to me. That exceeded my expectations in a different way. J-Rock's 90059, I still listen to it. Matter of fact, I listened to it right before we started because when I went.
That's why you're so feisty.
Yo, those are Gibbs and J-Rock. Make me want to go do hood rat shit with my friends.
Two most recent albums I listened to. I literally I listened to Gibbs. I almost said it wrong again. I listened to Gibbs.
Giblets.
Giblets.
I listened to that and I listened to J-Rock, and there's proof because I tweeted out that a J-Rock and Freddie Gibbs album should be a thing.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. I'm here for that. J-Rock said something about hanging with Laquita, and I'm here for all of it.
That album between them two, like no features, just them, would be incredible.
Going back and forth.
Yes, but yeah, I disagree with Rich on the TDE one. I understand though. I understand. I feel you, bro. It's just like what Kel said. TDE's kind of been like that way because we were supposed to get a certain amount of albums last year. That shit didn't
6.
happen.
We're supposed to get 6.
Yeah, that shit didn't happen then either. All right, so I'm gonna drop my most disappointing.
All right, relax.
First off, and this wouldn't even be on the list if Joe didn't get me to listen to this artist last year. That's gonna be Dom Kennedy.
Oh shit!
Man.
I can't believe Joe didn't listen.
He blocked that shit out of his memory. I know
It happened, Joe. It happened.
Well, no, that's the thing. I think that was my most. The artist I was talking about on Twitter last week.
Dom Kennedy is hands down.
Rapping into a potato.
This man recorded a whole mixtape on his cell phone and really sent that out to the people.
You remember Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy? That was his engineer for this album.
I gotta change the feature image to Plank now. Oh man. Yep, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna be like, you gotta watch the show to understand what we're talking about. So, yes, Dom Kennedy. Dom Kennedy, low-key, may have become the most disappointing artist for the last decade, and we're only 5 years in.
Whoa. I'm gonna need you to chill with all that.
Wait. Who competes with him right now? Like, okay, Wayne does.
Have you heard anything that bad in the last?
You haven't heard anything that bad. Wayne hasn't even dropped anything that bad. That we expected something better from.
No. I think what was it? Dedication 4.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, Dedication 4 was really bad though.
No,
it doesn't
no.
sound like he's reading with his finger. It wasn't that bad.
No, because Dedication 4, if I'm not mistaken, had one of the best Wayne verses that we've heard in a long time on that Chance feature.
The You song.
I think that was on. Yeah, You song.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wayne went off on that song.
But I mean, a broken clock's right twice a day.
There's no right songs on the Potato album, whatever it's called.
There's none on Dom Kennedy's. There are none. There are 0. There are no redeeming songs on there.
I know.
The end is the most redeeming song.
If y'all are gonna say that's the most disappointing of the decade, make it The Project, not Dom, because Dom is giving us gems.
But I don't know. But the thing is, like, he could arguably be the worst for the decade because he was going at a steady pace, because just like his rhyming, the shit don't change. Like, just steady, just going, and then just fucking nosedive.
I'm mad he released that.
How do you put that out? How do you put that out? How do your friends? He has shitty friends. We learned.
Oh yeah, bro, this go hard.
Yo, wasn't that an LA Leakers exclusive too? They're a bunch of assholes for letting him put that out.
They were in the studio laughing.
Maybe he didn't want to put that shit out. Like, I don't know. And how do you listen to that and make that as an exclusive for your site to run?
Dog, they were high as shit. They were higher than Future.
This is gonna be that joint. We gotta put this out.
They were like DMX high when they decided that.
DMX working at IHOP high.
That's disappointing.
I don't even want to list another person. I should have saved him for last. I don't know why I went first with him. But my other shoot, I forgot who it was. Oh, all right.
I mean, technically, you don't have to have 2 with that one.
That's 2.
But I want to put this out here, and I want to put it out because I want to say why. And my other most disappointing is Meek Mill. And while my expectations were not through the roof for him, he dropped the ball. His album was trash. His
personality's trash.
He beefed with his personality's trash. He beefed with light-skinned Keith Sweat and lost. And, like, he just did the most incredibly disappointing things throughout the year. His tweets were trash. His comebacks on Twitter were trash. His Instagram posts were trash. Everything was
his parody accounts are trash.
Hey, that Meek Mill raps like shit is still funny. I don't care how many years later, it's still funny.
And you forgot the most important part. He also got buried by the Undertaker.
Yeah. He did. The Undertaker said he would not sue him if it wasn't that bad of a fucking song.
That's hurtful.
All right, so Joe, what do you think of those two?
I mean, I hate having to agree with Dom Kennedy just because that fucking album. Because the By Dom Kennedy wasn't that bad, but that other one ruined everything. And the Meek Mill one, I mean, shit, it's Meek Mill. I mean, he's the biggest L of 2015.
Oh, by far. But you know what? Tyga trying to catch that motherfucker though.
Tyga got dumped on his birthday, and Future put out his Rich Sex video with Black China on his birthday.
He is quickly catching up to Meek Mill. It is terrible. Kels.
Yes, definitely agree. We don't even have to talk about the Dom thing. I think we covered our bases on that one. I think Joe's taking enough torture having to listen to this.
His fans downloaded it and destroyed it in the comment section. It was so beautiful to see.
I think that it might have been the hardest I've laughed in like years when we were reading that comment section. Yes, he's definitely. And Meek, I think the only reason I would say Meek is a disappointment is because he had me thinking he was a gangster and then Twitter fingers, and I just don't. Yes,
Talking all that good shit.
Well,
and it's Drake, of all people, Drake.
Well, the thing with Meek, though, is, like, Meek had so many chances to respond, and then he just kept fucking putting it off. Like, you can't procrastinate. It's 2015. Drop your diss track or shut the fuck up.
Especially the way he portrays himself, and the way he did portray himself prior to it was like, I'm a battle rapper, I'm out here, like, any of y'all can get it.
The fact that Drake held him down when he was in prison.
Free Meek.
Free Meek. He had a shirt and everything, and this is how you pay him.
And then he wore the shirt the day of the OVO Fest. And he let his Twitter memes kill Meek Mill. My God.
You know what? We can blame Meek Mill. I don't know if blame is the right word for everyone. But he made Drake into a god in 2015.
Yeah, he did. And I think the reason I'm most disappointed in Meek Mill isn't because... like I said, I don't expect much. It's fucking Meek Mill. He's been emotional on Twitter since the day he started that bitch. And that's just kind of what it is. I think I was disappointed in the fact that, like, he had so many chances to redeem himself. And what he was saying when he initially reacted on Twitter about the ghostwriting and stuff, like, the point he was trying to prove was a valid point. What he was saying had merit to it, but he went about it all wrong.
He didn't follow it up.
And he didn't. All the people he needed to co-sign for him were like, "Oh no, you acting like a bitch. I'm not here for this." Like,
and can we add that Quentin Miller supposedly didn't want to work with him too?
Quentin Miller didn't want to write his songs, so
there's a little bit of butt hurt in there to be mixed in with all these L's he's taking. But then you call out an artist for not writing, and in the prime time for you to respond and display your rhyming skills and writing skills, you don't execute. Multiple times.
And he's a battle rapper.
A
battle rapper? You're supposed to do this type of shit.
Philly don't claim you. You're not MMG. And then the people
You're not MMG.
Will Smith was kicking it with Drake. Your whole city disowned your ass.
Yo, and he even caught a stray from Future. You just you what did he say?
He's just a battle rapper. I'm an official rapper or something like that.
He said I'm an official trapper. Yeah.
Official trapper. Yeah. That man just took all kinds of L's, and it was train wreck. It was beautiful to watch.
It was entertaining as hell.
Sad that it happened, and then Drake followed it up with Hotline Bling. It became even bigger.
Shout out to my sweatshirt.
Feeling that, bro. All right, so that's the wrap up on all of that. The disappointing and the most impressive artists. Hit the comment section. Let us know which artist disappointed you the most. Like we said, you don't have to put Jay Electronica. I'll put him in the comment section for you. He's automatically down there every time we do something like this. But we definitely want to know everybody's opinions on it. And let's go ahead and get last words from everybody. Kels, start us off.
Usual. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. That was always fun. Next time, give me a little warning. I can think about these disappointing. I need time to stew on these. I might change my mind. I'll let you know. But I appreciate it, as always.
Word. Richard Bailey?
Oh, yes. Always a pleasure. Good show, fun show. And for those that don't know, the sixth god is watching.
That's creepy.
So we going to have Rich standing for Drake like Joe stand for Future now.
Dirty Spray 2 in stores.
Rich is the disciple for the sixth god now.
He's at home standing on the couch doing big things.
Hey, sixth god sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
Oh, goodness. You know what that reminds me of, though? We need that DMX Christmas album. We got a Kickstarter for that for him. Man. You gotta make that happen. I want that to happen. What?
What's the
I gotta tweet that link out. I gotta listen to it again. I'm actually gonna let you close the show out, Joe. So I'm gonna get my stuff out the way. I don't know if we have a donation thing. Is the donation thing back up, Rich?
I believe it is. We're adjusting something.
Okay, we're adjusting things, but we appreciate you.
I mean, if you can throw money at us. So.
They're used to that. Sorry.
The PayPal account still working, so we'll take it. We'll figure it out. But we appreciate y'all checking everything out. Of course, let us know what you think of the topics that we had. Hit us in the comment section, share with your friends. Hit us on YouTube. Hit us on thecoalition.com. We have other content for you to check out as well. Hit the other podcast, the Co-op, the Throwdown, and Baby in the Beard. I think that still exists as well. Yeah. And of course, there's going to be links to Joe and Kels' stuff. They have stuff outside of the coalition for you to check out. Be sure to do that as well because there's dope content all over the place. Sweet. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So Joe, you gotta close it out, bro. You gonna give us a Ray Lewis close out?
No, you know what though is like the potato comment made me think of that Vine. A potato flew around before you came. Excuse.
I swear, I laugh at that every single time still.
And that is how we end the show.
Adios.